an important update to bring you about Finance Minister Bill Morneau's allegedly unethical dealings with his family business. It's been a bit of a rough week in the House of Commons for Bill Morneau. Conservatives, and to their credit, even the NDP, have been hammering Morneau about the sale of his shares in his family-owned business, Morneau Shapell, just before Morneau announced a corporate tax hike in December 2015 that would ultimately go on to affect the stock market and Morneau Shapell's share price. Someone dumped 680,000 Morneau Shapell shares totaling $10 million on about November 30th, 2015. Because those shares were sold before the announcement, whoever sold those shares earned themselves an extra $500,000 because as a result of Morneau's tax change announcement, Morneau Shapell shares dropped a full 5%. It looks a lot like insider trading, and Morneau has a lot to answer for. So conservatives were asking the hard questions without getting any real answers, and really it should have been an easy yes or no from Bill. Just watch.
The markets learned on December 7th the coming into force date of tax increases that moved markets, but not before someone was able to get out and avoid the losses. Was that minister that person?
This is a very nice opportunity for us to talk about promises that were kept.
Or someone was able to sell their shares and save $500,000. Was that person the Minister of Finance?
I'm not sure how we can be more clear. We promised Canadians that we would lower middle-class taxes.
Was that seller the Minister of Finance, yes or no?
In focusing on me, what the opposition doesn't want to focus on is what we're actually doing for Canadians.
Someone sold $10 million of Morneau Shapell shares. Was it him? Once again, was that the minister?
I will continue to advocate on behalf of the tax system that's fair.
That person saved a cool $500,000. Was the minister that person?
We will continue to talk about what we're doing for Canadians.
But here's the rub. Bill Morneau actually told journalist John Ivison that he sold 680,000 Morneau Shapell shares at $15 a share. Ivison said in a tweet that he saw a statement dated December 3rd, 2015. This is important because on December 7th, 2015, Bill Morneau, in his role as finance minister, announced tax changes that would affect Morneau Shapell and their share prices. So let's recap. 680,000 shares of the finance minister's family business totaling $10 million just get dumped before an announcement that would affect the price of those same shares. And then journalist John Ivison comes out and says that Bill Morneau told him that he sold the exact same number of shares at pretty much the exact same time. I think we can all draw our own conclusions here, but Bill Morneau also answers to the people of Canada, and he needs to tell us what happened here. Were those his shares being sold just before the tax change announcement? But if you thought the Liberals and their shadiness had reached its upper limits, you'd be wrong. You won't even believe what the Liberals did next. The Conservatives actually brought forward a motion to call on the finance minister to reveal all his assets that he's bought, sold, or held within all his private companies or trust funds since he became finance minister, and the Liberals voted it down, of course. But pay attention to how the Liberals respond when Morneau stands up to vote. Here.
Ms. Freeland.
Ms. Freeland.
Mr. Leblanc.
Mr. Leblanc.
Ms. Chager.
Ms. Chager.
Ms. Qualtrough.
Ms. Qualtrough.
Mr. Morneau.
Mr. Morneau.
Mr. Bryson.
Bryson.
Mr. Wilson-Raybould. Macaulay Cardigan.
These Liberals actually applaud when Bill Morneau stands up to vote on a motion that concerns himself directly, instead of having the good sense to turn to old Bill and say, maybe you should sit this one out because it could be perceived as the direct conflict of interest that it is. I mean, the motion actually had the words finance minister in it, and yet the finance minister goes and votes on it? The gall of these Liberals. Bill Morneau is currently being examined by the ethics watchdog because he tabled a bill to rewrite federal pension laws that could benefit Morneau Shapell directly. Bill Morneau has been tabling laws that benefit his own company, possibly selling his own shares to get around impending tax changes that he knows about in advance. And now he's voting on issues that name him directly. That's why we have to fire Bill Morneau. He's using his role as the man in charge of the tax system to paint the rest of us as greedy tax cheats while he enriches himself and his family businesses. Please sign our petition asking Justin Trudeau to actually do something good for the middle class and get rid of his self-serving finance minister at firemorneau.com. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Doesn't matter what generation you are, some things just never change. It used to be the Libranos and the sponsorship scandal with the Liberals enriching themselves through government policy. Now it's Finance Minister Bill Morneau. To sign our petition calling on Justin Trudeau to do the right thing and fire Bill Morneau, go to firemorneau.com.